A friend once bought an expensive bait casting reel because a salesman called it the serious angler's choice. On his first trip, every third cast ended in a tangled bird's nest. He spent more time cutting line than fishing. The reel was not bad, it was simply wrong for his experience, lure weight, and fishing style. That mistake is common because choosing a reel is not about finding this superior design, it's about matching the tool to the job. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which reel fits you, and when owning both makes sense. Learning curve. For a beginner, a spinning reel is usually the easier starting point. Open the bail, hold the line with one finger, cast, release the line, and close the bail. The process becomes natural after a few attempts. There are fewer settings to understand, and one imperfect cast rarely creates a serious problem. A bait casting reel asks more from you. You need to adjust spool tension and the braking system for the lure you are using. During the cast, your thumb controls the spool, especially as the lure approaches the water. Poor timing can cause backlash, often called a bird's nest. That learning curve can feel frustrating, but it is not a reason to avoid bait casters forever. Once the technique becomes familiar, the extra control starts to feel useful rather than demanding. Lure weight. What will you actually cast? Spinning reels handle lightweight lures extremely well. Small jigs, soft plastics, tiny crankbaits, unweighted worms, and other finesse presentations can pull line from a fixed spool with little resistance. That makes spinning gear valuable when fish are cautious and a subtle presentation is necessary. Bait casting reels generally perform better with medium and heavy lures. A heavier lure creates enough force to rotate the spool smoothly and predictably. Spinner baits, larger crankbaits, frogs, heavy jigs, and weighted rigs and natural matches. Specialized bait casters can cast light lures, but they tend to cost more and demand better technique. For most anglers, spinning means light and finesse, while bait casting means heavier and more aggressive. Casting distance. People often say one reel always casts farther, but the truth depends on lure weight, line, reel quality, and the angler's skill. With a light lure, a spinning reel will usually achieve useful distance with less effort because the lure does not need to rotate a spool. You can cast small presentations surprisingly far without perfect technique. With heavier lures, a properly adjusted bait caster can produce long, controlled casts. Its spool releases line directly toward the rod guides, creating an efficient path. However, excessive braking reduces distance, while insufficient braking increases backlash risk. In other words, spinning reels provide accessible distance, especially with lighter tackle. Bait casters can deliver excellent distance with heavier tackle, but only when the reel and casting technique are properly tuned. Accuracy and control. This is where bait casting reels earn their reputation. Your thumb stays in contact with the spool, allowing you to slow the lure during flight. You can adjust its speed, control its landing, or stop it before it reaches an obstacle. That matters when you're casting beside a dock post, under an overhanging branch, or into a small opening in thick vegetation. Spinning reels can still be accurate. A skilled angler can feather the line with a finger or touch the spool to control the cast. The difference is that this control feels less direct. Bait casting equipment makes repeated target casting more efficient, particularly when using heavier lures. If precise placement is central to your fishing style, the bait caster has a meaningful advantage. Backlash and line twist. Every reel has a problem it is known for. With a bait caster, that problem is backlash. It happens when the spool continues rotating after the lure slows down. Loose line then tangles around the spool. Minor backlashes may take seconds to clear. A severe one can end with damaged line, wasted fishing time, and a very creative vocabulary. Spinning reels largely avoid traditional backlash, but they are vulnerable to line twist. Line may begin forming loops, knots, or coils, especially when the bail is closed by turning the handle, the spool is overfilled, or a lure spins during retrieval. Closing the bail by hand and using a swivel when appropriate can reduce the problem. Neither reel is trouble-free. You are choosing between two different types of line management. Wind performance. Wind exposes weaknesses in casting technique. A spinning reel is often more forgiving because its spool does not keep rotating when the lure suddenly slows. This makes it easier to cast into a headwind, particularly with lighter lures. You may lose distance, but you are less likely to spend several minutes untangling the reel. A baitcaster requires closer attention in windy conditions. When a gust slows the lure, the spool may continue releasing line at its original speed. Increasing the braking force can prevent backlash, although stronger braking may shorten the cast. Experienced anglers also use their thumb to react during flight. If you regularly fish in unpredictable wind and value simplicity, spinning gear offers a calmer experience. Line strength and capacity. Spinning reels commonly pair well with light and medium line. Their design makes them comfortable for finesse fishing, where thinner line improves casting distance and helps small lures move naturally. Larger spinning reels can hold heavy line and handle powerful fish, so spinning gear should not automatically be considered weak. Bait casters are often preferred when heavier monofilament, fluorocarbon, or braided line is required. The spool design provides a direct path through the guides, and the compact reel can hold a practical amount of strong line. This becomes important around weeds, timber, rocks, and other cover where a fish must be pulled away quickly. If your fishing requires thick line and forceful hook sets, bait casting gear usually feels more purposeful. Power and retrieval. A bait casting setup gives the angler a firm, direct connection to the lure. Many bait casting rods have enough backbone for heavy hooks, dense cover, and techniques that require powerful hook sets. Bait casters are also available in high gear ratios, allowing rapid line pickup when a lure must move quickly or when a fish charges towards you. Spinning reels offer smooth drag performance and are highly capable of fighting large fish. Their strength depends on reel size, construction, drag quality, rod choice, and line, not simply the reel category. Still, spinning equipment is often chosen for lighter presentations where smooth pressure matters more than a raw leverage. Bait casting equipment tends to suit fishing that demands control, speed, and pulling power. Comfort and handling. A spinning reel hangs below the rod, which creates a balanced and familiar grip for many anglers. The open spool also makes it easy to see how much line remains and whether loops are developing. Most spinning reels allow the handle to be moved from one side to the other, which is convenient for left and right-handed users. A low-profile bait caster sits in the palm of the hand. Many anglers find this position comfortable during long sessions because the reel and rod feel like one compact unit. The thumb naturally rests over the spool, ready to control each cast. Comfort is personal though. A reel that looks perfect online may feel awkward in your hand, so holding both styles before buying is worth the effort. Maintenance and adjustments. Spinning reels are relatively simple to operate. You still need to clean them, inspect the line roller, maintain the drag, and protect them from saltwater corrosion. Yet there are fewer casting controls to adjust, which makes changing between lures straightforward. Bait casters require more active setup. When lure weight changes, you may need to adjust spool tension or braking. The spool bearings also influence casting performance, so dirt and old lubricant can become noticeable. None of this is especially difficult, but it rewards anglers who enjoy tuning equipment. If you want to tie on a lure and start casting with minimal adjustment, spinning is easier. If you enjoy refining performance, a bait caster offers more control. Price and value. Spinning setups are often more affordable at the beginner and intermediate levels. A modestly priced spinning reel can cast well without sophisticated braking components. This makes it a practical first purchase for someone still discovering which species and techniques they enjoy. Affordable bait casters exist, but cheaper models may have less consistent braking, which can make learning harder. Spending more does not eliminate the need for skill though. A premium reel can still backlash when poorly adjusted. Value comes from matching the reel to how often you fish and what you cast, not from buying the most expensive option available. Spinning reels are generally easier and more affordable, while bait casters reward practice with greater casting control. Best uses. Choose a spinning reel for small lures, finesse techniques, trout, panfish, walleye, light bass fishing, and many saltwater applications. It is also the sensible choice for beginners, occasional anglers, and anyone who values quick setup. If you frequently switch lure weights or fish in strong wind, its forgiving nature becomes even more useful. Choose a baitcaster for bass, pike, muskie, heavy cover, larger lures, strong line, repeated target casting, and power techniques. It performs especially well when you need to place a lure close to structure and pull a fish away before it escapes. Neither design can handle every fishing situation perfectly, which is why experienced anglers often carry both.